In today's video, as we dive into the latest news about Throne and Liberty, we finally start to see information that we either already knew or was pretty much assumed based off of the fact we haven't heard anything in a while being confirmed. And hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name's Brian if you're new around here, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back and checking out another Throne and Liberty video. This is coming from the NCSoft first quarter 2023 earnings call, in which they were answering various different questions. And while not all of this is going to be pertinent to the release date specifically, we did get confirmation that they are now targeting the release date for second half of 2023. Now, rumors and speculation point that might be October. I'm very curious about the October date. We do know the Korean beta kicks off at the end of this month, and while we're still waiting to hear from Amazon and we're still waiting for the Play Throne and Liberty website to come online at the time of this recording, this is like, are we going to get a global beta? And the answer is yes. Amazon is set to announce the global beta soon. I was talking about this last week that in terms of a global beta, that most likely we're not going to see it in May, namely based off of just a couple of timing windows. It's still possible, but ultimately I would look to sometime in June, maybe sometime after the launch of Diablo 4, but who knows? We never know what's going to be coordinated, and I'll be sure to share with you guys the updated date and information as soon as we have it as well. So in this regards, though, they do go on to talk about a couple interesting things. One thing I think is a little bit more humorous than anything else, but for the first and foremost is that for the Korean closed beta test, they're actually going to implement the store. They're going to give everybody an in-game currency so that they can participate and test their market strategy. Now on the call, investors talked about a general fatigue that has been building up towards pay-to-win mobile games, and I don't know if this necessarily then says, hey, this is a pay-to-win mobile game, but overall just trying to avoid that label, which I would argue it's going to be impossible as a free-to-play game. I mean, it's almost guaranteed someone's out there going to be frustrated by it, but at its core, that's something that they were bringing up, and that we'll have to wait and see. And that's one of the big questions that a lot of people have, and so we'll be sure to break down the details as soon as we have them, which the good news is that with the beta test, that will give us a lot more information to cover here for you guys. Finally, they kind of talk about like content differences between Eastern players and Western players, and they go on to say, like, as part of their development, they've always really been focusing in on PvP. And I know for PvP players, that probably sounds amazing. But overall, then they talked about adding in, different types of content for the global market, which includes more narrative-based content, which includes more PvE-based content. And personally, like as someone who likes PvP and PvP content, I was like, wait a minute, but I guess it generally makes sense. Their goal is to try and have this game build up and build up and build up more and more over time. So that's pretty much it. Like everything that we got out of here is good information, and at the same time, nothing to really be absolutely like crazy and excited about, because we still haven't really seen as much of the game as we want to. And that's going to be fun because that's coming up pretty dadgum soon. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me this morning. Hopefully you got something good out of this, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. But until then, take care.